All right, let's try this again. Quite a day we've had today. My first live stream, my share didn't work very well. I'm hoping it will this time. This has been one of the better days I've had in quite a while. I'm going to start by looking at the market, see if my share will work this time. Right, not the screen I wanted. Okay. All right, as you can see, total 3 is kind of at a resistance zone and is going to take a bit of a break and may trace back. Let's put our support in. We're looking to break this here to get alts to climb even more. As you can see, they have taken a good run the last few days. We're on the daily, so we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a good 7, 8 days of an upswing, and we can expect it to take a break for a day or two. We look at the USTD dominance. You can see it's been dropping, which means people are taking their money out of USDT and back into the market. It is at the bottom of the stochastic, which means we may see a bit of an up, which means people are probably taking profits like I did today. And you can see the US or the Bitcoin dominance is on a 3-day climb, which means some altcoins might be slowing down. Let's take a look at the trade I talked about I was in yesterday, one of them being Bitcoin. And this is my drawings from yesterday. As you can see, I still have my fib on the screen that I took from here all the way to here, which was basically the previous all-time high. And it put my 618 around 89.6. I mentioned yesterday on the show that I was going to try to take profits around 88.5. Today, I kind of changed my position a bit. And the fact that I thought I should trust my technical analysis better than I was. I switched my take profits to 89,597, I believe. We'll see how that worked out. As you can see, it bounced right off this fib. I would expect a bit of a retracement. I have my stop loss at 77 area, so I have lots of room for it to come down and then go back up. That's what I'm looking for. When I'm doing my, shall I put it where I look to add to my position, I'm going to show you what I'm looking for. Once you get your entry, say it's here, you watch for it to climb, and then you watch for a bit of retracement, and then it'll go up. And then you see this, and that's the way the market usually runs. What you're going to do is when you see this, when it gets down to here, or where you think it is, by using your technical analysis, whether it's trend lines, Fibonacci's, whatever, you're going to add leverage here. You're going to move your stop loss to here and up your position. And then as it climbs again, you look to, again, add to your position. You up your leverage again, moving your stop loss to here or just below, even closer. As you can see, you're going to be in profit. Each time you do it, the size of, or the amount of Bitcoin or whatever you are has grown. And you keep doing this. And as it goes, you'll see that the first one will be long, the next one comes up, and they will eventually all shorten out. So, but as you keep moving up, you're always going to be in profit that way. Always make sure your position is after this one is below your stop loss. So when you're adding here, you want your entry to actually show here. And I'll show you what I mean. So this is my Bitcoin trade. We'll go on the 12-hour. You can see this is where I entered just when the election happened. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw that the market was happy with the election, and I saw that Trump was winning. And I figured that would be a market generator. So I made an entry here, small position. I only had $30. So I went all in with a 5x. And then I let it go. And after it hit here, you can see I added on this little arrow here. We'll drop down a bit in time. I saw it was leveling out here. So I upped my leverage, brought my entry to around here, and put my stop loss above it because I was already in profit. And by adding to my position, I had more dollars. And then I followed it all the way up. As you can see, by trusting my analysis, I pretty much nailed my take profit at the highest point. And if we drop down to the 5-minute, you can see exactly how close. You can see it flattened out right here. This red arrow indicates that I took 50% out of my trade. And you can see I have $205 over here, where yesterday was in the 20s. Go to the 1-minute. And you can see it was right on the green arrow, or the green candle on the 1-minute, and the next one was red. So it was actually almost perfect. So now what I'm looking at, I still have a good position entry at 74.7. I have my stop loss set at 77,000. I'm currently sitting at $154 profit after I've already taken money out of the trade on a 643%. So this is a trade I'm obviously free into. I'm waiting for it to come back down a bit. Looking at the chart, I'll drop it down to the 4-hour. Our stochastics right at the top. Luxago's printing a red arrow, which means it's going to slow down. Drop it down to the 1-hour, 30-minute. So we're getting to the bottom of the 30-minute on the short timer frames. 15. Again, I'm looking here. The 15 is publishing a green dot, which means it's going to climb. And I use this Luxago quite a bit to show money inflow. I usually like to make my entries on the 5-minute. When I'm going to up my leverage and add to my position, I will go to the 5-minute and wait for a green dot to publish like this or this before I enter. It just gives me more security that it's going to go up in a short time frame, so I don't feel like I did something wrong. So as you can see, that trade has worked out well. Another trade I'm in, I have a say position, which is currently up 381% with only $5 profit, or sorry, $19 profit. But again, I entered on a small position. And when I upped my leverage on my Bitcoin, I put part of my money that came out of the trade into other trades, which has given me the ability to have 3 trades. Now I have $205 sitting here that tomorrow morning, I'll look for another coin or another of some sort to enter. Today I was watching Rune and I missed it because I was working, but it was a good trade that I would have liked to got into today. So again, the way I ran this trade, I might only entered with $3 or $4, might have been $5, I'm not sure. But I entered here. Let's go back to this 4-hour and see where I did enter. Seeing it. Pretty sure I entered around 38. This shows your liquidation price. This is the arrow, so I entered on this one. But you can see I've allowed it run for a long time. Sometimes the secret is not putting your stop loss too close if you think you're in a trending market. You want to allow it room to do some retracement before you enter in again. And you should do this on all your coins. Just you don't want to lose too much, so you got to be careful on your entries. So use your technical analysis to pick your entries carefully. Don't just enter because you see, say you go to, you're on a group like us over here, and we like to obviously we publish our wins, and don't go chasing where somebody else is. Do look at your position yourself, figure your entry. Some coins right now aren't ready for entry. Solana is one of my favorite to trade. It's broken all time highs by clearing the 210, which this is here has now become support. Again, I said earlier today in our group discussion not to enter till it bounced off this support, which it has now a couple times. I would expect it to go, because it's an all-time high, we have to look for new support and resistance. I do expect it to head over 300 bucks, so I'm trying to keep in this trade. As you can see, my current entry is here. My stop loss is set here, so I'll be in profit. I'm actually looking to probably build on this position quicker than my Bitcoin one, because there's more room percentage-wise for it to go. ETH, Gary's in an ETH trade. As you can see, I drew some support and resistance lines. As you can see, it's hit this and is now bouncing off. Expect it to come down here somewhere, bounce up, and hopefully punch right through it. Then the next bounce should be around 4K. And then expect it to maybe come all the way back down or part way down, or it might just range and then bust through it. Being in the bull market, I'd be looking more towards this idea and hoping for it. But again, use your analysis, draw your graphs, use your fibs. If you're not sure what they are, go to your Quick Learn Crypto, read up on it. Join our group. You can do that by messaging Gary on Instagram. I'm really not on there very much, but go to bluecollarcrypto.com or Blue Collar Crypto on Instagram, message them, and he'll put you in our DGen group if you've done your Quick Learn Crypto. Once you've done that, as you get more experienced or want to learn more, you can, join other groups, watch shows like Crypto Banner. They have a lot more money than us, but they will teach you the basics that you need to trade properly. So, and that's where I learned building your position. It's took a lot of mistakes to do it first, but it did teach me. As you can see, the Fibonacci works really, really well. You can see it's bounced off this 382, then the 618, the 786 on its way up. So those are points that you can use to think to re-enter a trade. If you missed this, you want to be careful and try to enter here when you see them. Once it cracks through, you wait for the retracement. Again, once it cracks through the 618, it retraces. You might put a small entry here, but you wouldn't have been the best, but it came right back on the 382. So those were two other entry points you could have had. Once it finally busted through it, again, it went close to your 618 on its way up. You can take a look at one like Bonk here. And the way I would draw, I'm going to show you how it went through in history. So I'm going to take my Fibonacci over here, take it from here, and go up to here. And look how perfectly, like you go from the low to high. And you can see when it came back down, it bounced right off the 618, which suddenly became more of a support zone. And then we lost a bit, again, bouncing off the 786. And then it took off. But you can see how accurate the fib can be. Always one of the biggest, safest indicators is support and resistance, which is we call market action. And you can see, looking in the past, is how you pick your support and resistance zones. I usually take a box, and that's there. Just looking in the past, you try to find, just by following the white here to here. See that bounce there. And it falls right on the 382. Sometimes I'll try to find where something crosses like this to look for a good entry. If it crosses on a fib and it's on support or resistance, you're usually going to get a good position, whether you're longing or shorting. But that's what you look for. Stuff like that will give you better entries. Cardano's been flying. See, here's my Arweave. This is one I'm watching and I'm really looking to get into. Once it breaks here, I'm going to get into it, I believe. Reset. It has a long way to go. Once it busts through here, you know, your next major is 27 bucks. So if you can get into that there, there's a 28% move on a 1x. If you're gonna 3 or 5x that, that's huge profits. So once I would, what I'm gonna do right now, right click, I'm gonna add alert. And I want it just above here. So 2162 will work. And then I'll get an alert on my phone or my watch telling me that, and then I'll look to enter. What I'll watch for, once it breaks through this, and I'll probably be down on the 1 hour. Once it goes through, I want it to go, oops. Come through, I want it to retest, and then that's when I'll enter, and then wait for it to go up. But I want to enter on the when it comes down, because it will go through, but it's more likely going to retest and then head out. And that's how I do things. You can do it your own way, but do your own education. Like, watch, follow this channel and other channels too. Like I said, I follow Sheldon on Crypto Banner Plus. I joined Sniper School, done the whole Sniper School, done a few other schools, and then still have found basic trend lines, supply and resistance, and the fib to be the best way to enter. But use your own trading style. You're going to learn by your mistakes. Don't go crazy. Start small dollar amounts. I did 30 bucks and look where it's gone. You know, you don't have to put a lot of money in, but once you learn how to do it, you can gradually up the amount, protecting yourself with stop losses. Take some profit along the way, especially in a bull market, because you don't want to make the money and lose it all. That's a terrible feeling. Trust me, I've had trades up a couple 100% and then It's gone around the world and come right back, and I've been stopped out at zero. It's very frustrating. So take your time, learn your technical analysis and use it. Don't just follow candles. That is the hardest thing to do because it's so easy to FOMO. FOMO, if you haven't taken Quick Learn Crypto, basically means fear of missing out. You want to be patient, enter at right spots, and that's how you make money. So enjoy your time, and if you have any questions, again, go to Instagram, send a message to Blue Collar Crypto. We'll try to answer your questions. Do all the course